We're going to be continuing your compare and contrast essay on the hero's journey of Harry Potter and the character that you chose. So when we write our compare and contrast essays, the first part of that is your introduction. That should already be done. In that paragraph, we gave the background information to the reader, all about what the idea of a hero's journey is. You should be finished with that paragraph. Then we're going to move on to our first body paragraph. The purpose of the first body paragraph is to let the reader know what your first character is doing, particularly the things that make it different from your other characters. So you're going to describe today, your job is to describe Harry Potter's hero's journey, focusing specifically on the things that make it different from your other characters. So basically, you're just going to tell me about his journey. Okay, so I'm going to model that for you guys. No. Can someone turn the projector on? I still have not found the remote. Brandon,
no!
Here, I'll just stand on the...
Oh, I cannot get
Guys, chill out.
I have short arms. Yeah! I have short arms.
But there would be nothing I meant everything.
Cindy, that's inappropriate.
Are you filming it already?
Yes. Hi. Get out, Trinity!
Alright, so this is what voices off, please.
Daphne!
Voices
Daphne!
off, please. Daphne, move. You're blocking the whole screen. Alright, so we started with our introduction. Remember, we made sure that we were using proper formatting. We've got our title centered in the page, italicized. We're using size 12 font, a nice straight letter type. Here's the introduction we typed so far. Have you ever, actually this might be more another class. But
You spelled stick.
have you ever felt like the movie you were watching or the book you were reading was predictable? If so, your story might have followed the common literary recipe called a hero's journey. The idea of a hero's journey was first discovered by a researcher named Joseph Campbell. Campbell studied literature and found that many stories follow a common storyline depicting how a regular person becomes a hero. The journey starts with a person receiving a call to leave their regular life and go on a type of adventure. While on their adventure, they face trials, enemies, and some even have friends to help them through. Most heroes will face a near-death experience from which they will emerge successful and changed. Finally, they return home different and braver than when they started. Both Harry Potter and Stitch from Lilo and Stitch, what is it, TCH?
Yeah.
Deal with a hero's journey, but they do so in different ways.
You deleted it.
Oh. Okay, so that's my introduction. I finished with my thesis statement. Now I'm going to go to the chart that I don't have open. You guys know what I'm talking about? Do I need to go to it?
Yeah.
You have your chart that you did.
Oh, yes.
The one about, like, all the heroes?
What's none of those?
Oh,
I know which one.
search Drive. Just search on Hero's Journey.
Oh, maybe you guys should. Sorry. Well, I'm not going to go there, but it's the chart where you have Harry Potter on one side, voices off, please.
Yeah,
And you've got your next character with the compare, or contrast, and then the compare column, right? You know what I'm talking about? Yes. Let's hope that we're reading this. So I'm going to go to that chart, and I'm going to use that information to explain what Harry did. So I'm going to start out with Harry Potter. Make my font bigger so you can read it. Was a hero. He endured
Can we just copy this?
a he endured a long journey to become a hero. Harry begins his time in a unfortunate
In an unfortunate
life.
That just sounds
Parents,
wrong.
guys, I need your voices up. His parents are killed
At his
when
house.
he is very young, and he goes to live with his cruel and unloving aunt and uncle.
And Dudley.
He always has a sense that something about him is different, but that really starts to show when he experiences supernatural powers. He can talk to snakes. What else does he do?
He knows Voldemort.
Mind control.
Does he do mind control?
No.
Yeah, he received a lot of letters.
Destroyed that like barrier.
He did mind control with the,
He begins to get his call to adventure when he sees a plethora of owls around his home, and many piping letters are dropped on his house. A man named
Hagrid.
a man
It's the return of me.
okay. A man named Hagrid visits Harry and reveals to him that he is a wizard and needs to come learn at Hogwarts, W-R-T-S. Is that right?
no, it's
No,
more
it's
something.
board.
More something.
Harry leaves with him and begins his adventure. While on his adventure, he faces many challenges that help him to prepare to be the hero he is meant to be. He faces trolls, he faces trolls, he learns
He also fakes
to learn
pterodactyl.
about his Quidditch abilities.
The gate.
He uses self-control and selflessness when he gives up the mirror. He relies
Top, you're making me
on
move the
close
camera.
friends and
And he faces the
develops bravery. Harry's supreme ordeal was when he faced Quirrell and
Oh
Voldemort.
yeah, Quill.
He had to defeat him with
What?
physical
Voldemort.
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 and saved the wizard world. Saves the wizard world
Miss Bland!
for a what?
What is this?
What?
What is?
What is what? How do you spell it?
Is it because he has
One Z.
Is it because it's such a small keyboard?
You guys type mistakes all the time.
But no, that has been my same
Harry
forever.
saves the
So.
wizard world for a while. Voldemort and returns home more confident because he knows he will return to Hogwarts soon.
Why is that?
Okay.
Why is one?
He's not supposed to.
Yeah, I know that.
Okay. Now that I'm done with that paragraph, I'm going to go back and read it to make sure it makes sense
Then you have correct.
and edit it where it needs editing. Okay, so we've got
Tons of space.
Harry Potter was a hero. Voices off, please. Harry Potter was a hero. He endured a long journey to become a hero. Harry begins his time in an unfortunate life. His parents are killed when he is very young, and he goes to live with his cruel and unloving Aunt and uncle. He always has a sense that something about him is different. Something about him is different, but that really starts to show when he experiences supernatural powers. Guys, I need your voice to stop, please. He begins to get his call to adventure when he sees a plethora of owls around his home, and many letters are dropped on his house. A man named Hagrid visits Harry and reveals